Papa, also, we are church member.
Now, did you say that you were a member of this church? He said yes. He said so.
So for Munimno. Also started Bahanum 2017.
Now, he said that he joined us in 2017.
Sorry.
So, are you regular at church?
That is because of job, and I work with the local government service, and I've been posted to Jessica. So, me back, but
because of humanity.
Now, he said by virtue of his work schedule and the fact that he's been posted out of Accra, he is not always in church, but at any time that he gets the opportunity to be in church, he comes to church.
As a noise for Masuni Mesana. As a noise be. Yeah, fine. Gentlemen, a person what them.
It's a good thing you came here today, gentlemen. It's pretty good you came here today.
Gentlemen,
I'd like you to listen carefully.
Where's here or baby?
You have come across a certain woman.
One no Moshe near a bit me appear free maba.
And since you met, both of you are looking forward to the chance of or what your relationship is going to yield, rather. You are looking forward to see what your relationship is going to yield.
Nah. Diebe free mabano. A danger.
But what will come out as a reason or what will yield from the relationship is danger. Because if you get married to that lady, you will not live long
na eye sunsun bi a edi ɔbaa n'akyi.
And the reason is a certain spirit which follows that lady.
Sɛ ɔbaa no anya obi a nyame nsa wɔ no so ama wampam saa sunsun no a bɛrima biara wobɛhyɛ saa ɔbaa no kawa ɛde no akɔtena fie sɛ ɔyɛ wo Mrs. wohyɛɛ no kawa a wonkyɛ wobɛyare bi na wobɛwu afiri asase yi so.
Now, if
mmarima edu ɛware no mu nyinaa bɛwu.
Now, if the lady does not find a man of God or does not have an encounter with the power of God to deal with that situation, any man that gets married to her, regardless of the number of men that will get married to her, immediately after the marriage to her, you will fall sick and eventually you will die and you will not live long. Even if 10 men get married to her.
Possible so nankasa onim se bibi sa di n'akyi.
Now it's possible that the lady herself is not aware that there is a certain condition of this nature prevailing in her life.
Na opani bi ano wa Santemampong.
But there was someone who used to live at a Santemampong.
Oyare brebi.
Some time ago he fell sick.
Na ne busuani bi a no so te adwumaka ase kese.
Now he had a relative who was resident at Ejumaka Kese.
Eka che ne so de ne beko baabi a obetimi enya yaresa sebe ya ungu.
That
sense ne yare wo omuri akọ hospital doctors nhu adekro.
That relative told him that he was going to take him to a place for them to seek remedy for the sickness because potentially that sickness could have killed that man.
Inti ne o adwuma kase kese no kọ ne o mampon ho ema o nyina ekọ odiyefo no.
And so the relative at Ejumakase Kese traveled to Mampong to this person in Mampong, and together they went to see a spiritualist.
Na odiyefo no ye ema se nipa no unyana sumdwe
and
wangu
by the workings of the spiritualist, that man did not die in that time. He recovered and he lived up to a certain point.
Enunti na se nipa no takọ odiyefo no enchen titru so odiyefo no ya afasha edom ekọ because odiyefo no we konfukasi a wagidin e wa bibri men na na fashe bia no na honam nipa no so kobi na nam saaso ema sa oduyefo ni suman ene o family enya connection contact now enipa no e de abusua no eti ekɔhye suman na se nti suman no ena no obo abusua no ho bai na still odasi di se adwuma no na akoma se oba bi a waba wabra bom nam oba ne so unim na wo hye ne ka waware no a onche ube France yi so sunsun edi oba na chinti san suman na honhom etimi ba between woni oba na ntem na wa process oba na oba na disturb na de ebesini obeha wa ma wo de abufuo bebɔ no na wo bona in fact obepra ebe police case ubedi police akoniaba ebe ya court ama di agora ubedem kakra batenche na yebejaaw enu nti no woni oba no ntem betete But problem a woman is say, Nyame mpɛ sɛ wobɛkɔ akɔda afiase.
My God.
Point number 2. Nyame mpɛ sɛ wobɛware ɔbaa wobɛware na wonkyɛ. Enti onyame so ayɛ ahwɛ ha. Ama sunsum no na asia sɛ o protect abusua no ɛnam honam nipa bi a ɔbaa ne nkyɛn brɛ bi atwa mu ne nti. Nyame so ayɛ din na wɔhwɛ ɛna honhom ne di sɛ adwuma no. Enti sɛdeɛ tibia de abufuo ɛbɛyɛ ɔbaa ne biribi. Ida sɛ ɔde ahometie de bibi bɛbɔ no. Ama ɔbɛyɛ affected. Through that, police bɛbɛm, court bɛbɛm, wobɛdam ɛnkyɛ. Wobɛdam bɛyɛ 2 or 3 months baby ɛnkyɛ.
Wow.
Na sɛ ofiri mu fie a wone ɔbaa no ntɛm bɛtete. Saa na sunsum no pɛ sɛ ɔkɔɔ so because ɛno pɛ na ɛbɛtumi atwe afiri ɔbaa no ho. Nti sunsum no decide sɛ ɔkɔ so saa commotion no ama saa de no asi ama akɔdam na ɔbaa watwe ho afiri ɔbaa no ho. But Awurade mpɛ ne saa.
Amen. And so by virtue of the fact that that relative of yours went to see the spiritualist, there was some relationship established between that person and the spirits of the spiritualist to the extent that the person sought protection for himself and for members of his family. Now, by virtue of that relationship, by virtue of that covenant, that spirit has protected members of your family even up till now. Now, the situation is that the spirit has seen that when you get married to this lady, chances may be that you not live long, and so the spirit itself comes to the life of the woman, possesses her, and causes her to misbehave or to behave in ways that makes you unhappy. Now, it will happen that the woman will do something that would infuriate you, and out of your fury, you may either strike her with your hand or take an object and hit her with it. She would be injured. It will become a police case. The matter will be taken to a court, and eventually you'll be found guilty and you'll be sentenced to a term of imprisonment. But God does not want a thing like this to happen to you. He does not want you to go through serve a term of imprisonment. Neither does God want you to be married to a lady and after the marriage you will die shortly. And so God himself has intervened in the state of affairs, and he intends to rescue you from all these plans of the enemy. Now I'm going to say something, but I am going to say it in a proverb. Or now at the time when I was in Kumasi, a friend of mine got married to a certain lady. Now immediately my friend came to visit me with the lady, and I saw the lady with my eyes. I got to know that that friend of mine wouldn't live long.
Me call UK. Me young kono and then wife no so ba me nchen esa besra me. Eno so me hu ya na me hu se mami a me young ya ware ni me young wonche. Ampa me young no wanche wawu am yesi no.
Now, I traveled to the UK, and this friend and his wife came to visit me. And once again, when I saw my friend, I knew in my spirit that my friend would not live long because of the woman he was married to. Indeed, my friend died shortly after that. See, it is not anyone you should get married to, or you should have his or her hand in marriage. But the mercies of the Lord have visited you. You would have started seeing things in your dreams which will suggest impending danger. And so when I called you, it was God that instructed me to call you. so that he would make me alert you about things going on in your life which you don't know. For you to be very careful.
Sanse, one kasana we invite
because you are the very person inviting deaths into your life. That is the reason God instructed me to call you this morning. So the revelation God gave me, for which reason I called you, is what I have told you. But I also do not know what you know. Maybe what God has revealed to me, which I have told you, you have no knowledge about it. Gentlemen, what's going on?
For my papa, we went to Kumasi to go and have the funeral. Now, funeral. A year. Now, you didn't body in the call. A Jumakasi. A member no more including my papa, my uncles. A member when they get married, the marriages break. I call it a polygamous marriage. They don't stick to one woman. So I call it be a debussy. I know about my cousin, Barbino Tiam. So say, have you seen the men in the family? This is what is happening to them, including my cousin. They don't know why a crunchy, mommy, you know. But for some strange reason, on your banning tomato. So I idea that now, me pie bunina say, mammy fall victim.
Now he said, when his father died, they traveled to Kumasi for the burial rites, and his body was taken to Jumakasi Kesi. That was where he was buried. Now he's saying that it has become a trend in his father's family, amongst his father's brothers, and even the generation after his father. One thing that is noticeable is that anytime the men got married, shortly afterward the marriage got dissolved. The parties to the marriage break away. And he's even saying that a cousin of his drew his attention to that throughout his father's family, all the men get married, but their marriages get broken eventually. And there is a cousin of his who got married not so long ago, who's got 2 kids, but for some strange reason, they have separated. And that's his prayer, that he will not fall victim to that trend in his father's family. Now, do you know Asante Mampong? He said he's head of Asante Mampong, but he's never gone there.
Family.
Now, what do you know
about Asante Mampong? Extended family. So, meaning say you busi afoni bi or my uncle Kitwa na kachre.
One uncle Kitwa kachre was saying,
say some of the family belong to
more family ni bi. Asante Mampong.
Now he said that he's not been to Asante Mampong himself, but he knows that he's got a large family, and one of his uncles mentioned to him that there is a section of his family that are at Asante Mampong.
Now, baby, are planning marriage,
but are you discussing marriage with a certain lady? He said yes.
So married.
Are you married to her yet?
Baby, are planning marriage.
He said yes.
And then they cost.
What's going on?
Yeah, okay, and I said then they cost.
Oh, okay, sir. For quite some time, no, it's like more or less a trend. Bibi cry, SC, Emma, can't issue no cry, no, just to make me angry. It is more or less Bibi, sir, and Rakra, no, and Ranach.
Now, before.
Now, he's saying that recently it's become almost like a trend that even matters which have been settled and very trivial matters, the lady would make it a very, she makes mountains out of molehills, and she tries to get him angry every time. And the last time she did so was yesterday in the evening.
Me good news, mouse is here.
But you know, I have good news for you.
Mahu prison atade a show, and mahu say a jabi ashatade.
Amen. I see you wearing a prison attire, and I saw fire that incinerated the prison attire.
And I'm who baby a wogyina nkyɛn na obi so casket egyina ɔbaa no nkyɛn na yɛbie casket no mu na casket no ehwɛ w'anim mehu sɛ egya firi soro.
My God.
Ashe saa spirit no.
Amen.
Ashe ɔbaa no ashe casket no.
Amen. And I saw a certain lady standing beside you, and beside that lady was a certain spirit which had a casket, and I saw that the casket was open and the casket was looking directly at you, but all of a sudden I saw fire that descended from heaven and it consumed the spirit and the casket, and they both were consumed by the fire.
And I saw
that the fire manifested in a human image, in a human form, and I saw that it ascended into the clouds, and I could not tell where it went to. Amen. And the Lord said to me to say to you, He will not allow this reproach to come upon you. Amen. And the Lord said to me to say to you that He will not allow you to die, because He has delivered you from death. When we close, I'd like to see you at my office. I would like to have a conversation with you, a private conversation with you. And I will show you what you ought to do, so that you will not have problems with marriage. Put your hands together. For Jesus. You will be very successful. And so do not be worried. You will be successful. You are blessed. When we close, see me at my office. Have you got anything else to say? He said no. You are blessed. Put your hands together for the Lord. Moments ago, I was saying something to this dear lady. I said to her, now, when I called her at first, I asked her about her husband, the whereabouts of her husband. And she said her husband has gone to work. And I said to her that today is Sunday. Did your husband not go to church? He only went to work? And I asked her which church she attends. And I asked her whether she comes here pretty often. But she said that today is her first time joining us here. At that point, I invited Pastor Daniel and Pastor Andy to join me. And then I said to this lady that the man she is married to, it will be very difficult in her lifetime to have a child with that man. The man she is married to. And I said to her that it will be very tough, difficult, or hard for her to have a child with that man. And that it is his family that has taken that decision. Madam, I do not know you, neither do I know your husband. But that thing which we will construe as a problem, save your life. That thing has saved your life. And I'm about to tell you the reason that is so. Now, I don't know whether she has got children with the man she is married to, but what I have said was what I saw in the spirit. Chances may be that she is worried that she's been married, and after a number of years, she is still not having any child with her husband. It may be a source or a cause of worry for her. But, madam, please listen to this very carefully.
It
is a certain spirit.
The
family of the man you are married to, the family of the man you are married to, some of the members of the family have become stewards of that spirit some time ago.
Na sunsum no mpese na sebehye afiri abusua no enti waware abusua no nipa bi wom waware mema no waware ma.
Now, because the spirit wants to retain a certain presence in the family, spiritually it is married to certain members of the family. Some are men, some are women.
Na waseleting krofo bi.
And the spirit has selected certain people.
And
those people are members of that same family.
Sa asumasi dachi se oware na tumikesi bi boa no ama wotumi enya yefono wo ba ebi asunsun bi firi oba no side ebe boa no ama betimi atwi afa wono sunsun no hyehyɛ yeso ama oba na timi ateki seed a okwa akowo a eni kwa so survival.
Now, for those people, there is a certain decision or decree made over their lives by the Spirit that if at any time they get married and a superior authority or a superior power overrides the decision which the Spirit has taken concerning those people, then if the woman gets pregnant and is going to deliver, that woman will not survive. That is the condition attached. So that woman to whom the man is married to, so madam, for you,
Bema na waware no o na busua mu no wahyehyɛ ato ho waselect mema no fiu ɛna ɔde san hyehyɛ na to no mama wo mu sɛ oware oba na no oba ne fa yefono oba ne kwa wo so a obewu. Now sunsun bi susu di ususu achi ɛna sunsun no so mpɛsɛ obeto saa afidie no na akwa wo so a wawu na sunsum no so decide say ene ono so mpene da ema wo ne saa bema no enya yefono enwo ba enti anse a problem but a kwan bi so no a save life.
And so madam, because you are married to one of those men which have been marked by that spirit over whom a certain imposition has been made. If you had been pregnant some time ago, you'd have died and been buried together with the child you'd have given birth to long ago. But there's a spirit also from your side that has seen that danger lying ahead of you, and that spirit has also determined that it will not allow you to get pregnant with your husband. So there is something that is very glaring. We all know that that is a form of a problem. However, it seems to be something good. It is inuring to your benefit because it has saved your life.
Share sunsuma ofa bema one na ware ne honam nipa ema okomye no sunsum no ne ho oden pa.
Now that spirit
were very powerful
which possessed that relative of your husband and used him as a steward, that spirit was very strong.
Ahonhom makomako 4 awomugina asase bi 4 corners sa sunsum no ka ho bi.
Now that spirit is one of 4 spirits standing at the four corners of a certain area.
Asase bi a ensuo da four corners. Ahonhom mo ye in charge. Saa sunsum no ka ho bi.
Now that spirit is one of
krobo for asase, krobo for asase.
Now that spirit is one of the four spirits that is in charge of a certain area where water flows through its four corners. And that area is a land belonging to the Krobo people. Krobo people.
Because nsuma na wa busua no mu no obi koto so e wo nsuo bi ho ena ni bi kasa kire nso mfa nkwa busua no mu.
Because someone saw a certain idol by a certain river, and a voice spoke to that person, take the idol with you. And the person took the idol with him and took it with him to his family.
It is soon were tough.
So that spirit is tough. It has one of his thrones at Odumase Krobo.
And then headquarters.
And Odumase Krobo is its headquarters.
But so many on the head assassin so any family so.
It is
now
also
family on the show.
It is also in charge over the Somenya area and is responsible for. It is also in charge for certain families, of which your husband's family is a part. Now the
man in charge of them.
The man you are married to, some part of his family is at Odumase Krobo, and it is that spirit that is in charge over that area.
But also
But for you also, there is a spirit in your family.
Only Bempah shia no so abegyina ho. No asay nsuo no. Sebe ya wonyim na akwa awo so asunsum na akum dabi.
So that spirit also, what it does is that anytime you are having intercourse with your husband, the semen that flows from him, the spirit, should I say, corrupts the semen so that it will not have the potency of getting you pregnant, so that you will not die.
So benya nanka wo wentimi kura anyem.
Now, it were the wish of that spirit. It were the wish of that spirit in the life of your husband that you don't even get pregnant.
But in the and say, "Sir, oh worry, Bempah na bribisi na moko quarter sunsun ni be dibem because abusuya bi a basa abusuya no mu a omudi kama ya awe usunsun but asifo nim."
Now spiritually,
the Bempah no crofo ta kwa ware mu e me ta reject wo mu.
The king of prophets.
Now